All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesday night's homework. I hope you all had a wonderful 3-day weekend. I did, although I spent a lot of time grading your essays, but they were very well written, so it was kind of fun. And tonight we are going to start your grammar flip lesson. You're going to be learning all about prepositions. Knowing how to find a preposition and to identify it in a sentence is going to help it make it much easier to find subjects, predicates, subject complements, direct objects, indirect objects, and everything else you're going to be learning coming up. For tonight's lesson, you need to create a foldable. This is a 4-pane window foldable. We've done these in class. You need the 4 flaps. You fold it in half, you open it, then you fold the sides in to make like the French doors. Then you cut them into the 4 flaps. You should label them preposition, prepositional phrase, object of a preposition, and not a prep. We'll be calling them preps, not prepositions. Then the inside of your foldable should look like this. The outside of the flap should always be ready for, you'll be writing the definition down, that will be underlined. And the other side of the flap, you'll be writing the example for each of the 4 concepts that you are learning today. Take a minute, get that done, and then hit play. All right, preposition, open the preposition flap. What you need to write is a word that shows a relationship between a noun or pronoun and some other word in the sentence. That is one of the longer definitions you'll have to write. You're going to have to kind of squish it to fit it in that box. This is the example I would like you to write. In the example section, the baseball player in the white shirt hit a home run. That's your complete sentence. Your subject is baseball player, your predicate is hit, and in the white shirt is your prepositional phrase. See? In is the preposition, and it describes the player. A prepositional phrase includes a preposition and an object of the preposition. So now you are moving to the second flap of your foldable called prep phrase, and that is the definition you are going to write. So let me read it one more time. A prepositional phrase includes a preposition and an object of a preposition. You do not have to write this sentence again. It's just showing you that the preposition is in. Here are some examples that you can write. You can choose 2 or 3 of these to write. On her boat, the preposition is on. In a house, the preposition is in. Near the goat, the preposition is near. You get the idea. Choose a couple, write them down. Now you can close that flap, and we're going to move on to objects of the preposition. So you're working on your flap that says object of prep. You're opening it, and the definition that you're writing is the noun or pronoun that ends a prepositional phrase. They're very easy to find. You don't have to write this example. I'm just using it again to show you that shirt is the object of that preposition or phrase. So if you look, same phrases we had before, only instead of looking at the prepositions now, we are currently looking at the objects of the preposition. The beautiful thing about objects of the preposition is they are always the last word at the end of the prepositional phrase. There's not that many things you can say about the English language that are always true, but that is one of them. If you look, I'm sorry, and you should have written some of those examples down. Sorry. Now if you look, see if you can identify these prepositional phrases in the object of the preposition. Number 1, the paper with the blue border is floating through the air. There are 2 prepositional phrases in number 1. Number 2, Jordan's eyes sparkle like a sunny day. There is 1 prepositional phrase in number 2. And number 3, with great ease, Michael jumped up on the table. There are 2 prepositional phrases in number 3. Did you find them? Oh, wow. On the table is also a prepositional phrase. I forgot to underline it and mark table. I apologize. Now, close that flap. And let's talk about prepositional phrases or just plain adverbs. So we're on your very last flap now. What you need to know is that if there is no object of the preposition, that means you see a preposition but there's no phrase, then it's not a preposition. When is a prep not a prep? When it's an adverb. There's got to be some sort of joke in there. I just haven't figured it out yet. Examples. The gecko climbed up the wall. Up the wall is a prep phrase. Wall is your object of the preposition, so up is a preposition. That's the part of speech it is. However, in the next sentence, the gecko climbed up Up ends a sentence. There is no object of the preposition, therefore up is functioning as an adverb in that sentence. Then you can get even more confusing. I do want you to write those first two examples down. If you can add this third one, that would be great. The gecko climbed up on the wall. Up, once again, is functioning as an adverb because it doesn't have an object of the preposition. On the wall is your prepositional phrase. Wall being the object of your preposition, on being the preposition. Does that make sense? I hope. Oh, but there's the gecko. And he's going up. There you go. See? And now he's leaving. So if you look at these, are they adverbs or are they prepositions? The tadpoles are below the surface of the pond. Those are both prepositions. Surface is the object of the first preposition. Pond is the object of the second preposition. I jumped up and Amy jumped down. Well, if you looked at I jumped up, there's no object of that preposition. It's just up. And if you look at Amy jumped down, there is no object of that preposition. So those are both adverbs. Number 3, is Taylor near? Well, once again, there is no object of that preposition. It is not a prep phrase. Therefore, near is not functioning as a preposition. It is functioning as an adverb. Finally, Aaron looked across the bus to the purple-haired boy. If you look at across the bus, there is an object to that preposition, bus. Therefore, across is functioning as a preposition. To the purple-haired boy, once again, there is an object to that preposition, purple-haired boy. Therefore, to is functioning as a preposition. Now, there's nowhere in your notes for this, but this is something that you need to know. This will make your life so much easier, you knowing this. You will never find the subject or predicate of a sentence in the prepositional phrase. Never. One rule of the English language that is, once again, true 100% of the time. There is no subject, there is no predicate in a prepositional phrase. Ever. Never, ever, ever. So, this is what your final note should look like. Make sure you have them all. If you have different examples for me, that's okay. Just make sure you have some examples. And now it's time to sing Maybe. We're going to see if I can actually switch back and forth between going online and this while I'm recording. I haven't done this yet. Anyhow, these are the prepositions that you need to know. And there's a great little song, Yankee Doodle to them, that I'm going to try to play, so don't laugh if it doesn't work. Oh, whoops, there it goes. There they are. I'm going to pull up YouTube, and I'm going to minimize it in a minute. Against the long around, minimum after except for hearing down. Behind me, low, beneath, beside, between, before, beyond. By and from, up all the road, from still onto a pond. Underneath, sits up, like near, past, throughout, through. Within, without, outside, toward, and tad into two. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me stop it now before it starts to sing something else. Oops, it's going to go again. All right. Tomorrow in class, before we start working or before you continue working on your projects, we will practice identifying prepositional phrases and figuring out their objects in sentences. I promise you, you're going to love it. It's going to seem easy because grammar is easy if you just look for the things that you need to look for. And it's going to make finding subjects, predicates, and everything else in a sentence so much easier. Have a great night. Make sure your notes are nice and neat. Looking forward to seeing them tomorrow.